Come see us, run around, sing glad to believe ya. Now I can't win with this world. What are we to do with this stuff? They got a little witness situations, but I play victims of them slaves. What the hell is with them kids these days? Kids are gone, thinking bullets gon' bang. Treat us like animals in this phase. Put that banana clip in your face. Tell you I'll show they punch away. I don't plan to do a laundry today. What's 50 bands to a man like me? That's this, spend your whole life just trying to finish shit back. Did you see all this you blind? Spending every time corrupt your mind. Been on TVs with so many lies, so many down. With time, there was so many lies. Baby, I'm just like my brother. He's never sad. This is what it sounds like. When the doves cry. When the doves cry. When the doves cry. When the doves cry. Just like my brothers, we never satisfied. All of us shoot at each other. This is what it sounds like.
Alright, fine behind Joy Badass. I'm in love. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, I gotta paint. Stop worrying about fine Joey. Alright, so basically last night I painted these leaves. Let me pick y'all up. Hey, this is Denise Diane. Oops, cleavage. So anyway, hi you guys, this is Denise Diane. I am painting today. Last night, I got up, I started painting last night, got late, I watched some TV, went to bed, right? About 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, I had a nightmare that DJ was a really small baby and there was these kids sleeping in the daycare just all over the floor, you know, the play floor and where they take naps and stuff, and all these kids were sleeping, but I didn't know if they were sick or like, yeah, it was weird. You know how in the dream, like one baby was kind of rolling around and, you know, you could tell it was up. So then I looked at the other babies again and they were all sleeping, like nap time. But I couldn't find DJ. So I kept going on different doors and rooms of the daycare trying to find DJ. And like he was right there. Like the dream was like I was, you know how when you're playing a video game and the point of view is just your hands or the gun or whatever. So it was just like my hands grabbing out and trying to find DJ and get him. And he was like at the top of the screen of the, you know, the visual, but he kept going like somebody was taking him. And I woke up because I grabbed him. I finally kind of got to him, but before I could kind of totally secure that I got to him, I woke up because I couldn't find my baby and I didn't know if I got him or whatever. It's crazy dreams, right? So I get up. And I come in here and start painting my leaves, right? Because I was like, look, I can't do it. That's my corner on the cob that I'm painting on for the bench. Yes, my Kansas magazine. I love the color scheme, and look at that. Look at the color scheme. Where did I drop? Oh, my pen. Soul. So anyway, I'm trying to zoom in, but my finger, there we go. I have the paintbrush in my hand. Paintbrushes. Look at the color of the Jeep or whatever. Like a greenish color. Look at the fall leaves. And Kansas to the stars. Okay, so I don't know what that means. And it's a travel guide. And then of course I'm like, oh, same kind of colors, right? Cut turquoise in there. Anyway. Alright, so this is what I was doing yesterday before I went to bed. I just penciled in some, you know, because I like to do freehand. I just penciled in some leaves haphazardly, like one layered on top of the other, as you can see. And then I painted a few of them and then got up in the middle of the night, painted some more. And then this morning I painted that last gray greenish kind of colors and then mixed this with this and this or whatever and made that color. That's the only one that's kind of that tone. So that matches with that, that and that, and this and that, and this and that, and then different. And then I knew last night I didn't want to cover up the yellow completely totally, so, but I know I want black and white and dots on it to kind of frame out the picture of the leaves. And I'm still trying to figure out if I want something actually on the leaves because they are pretty bland. But because y'all, I remember one young lady in Kansas City when I was doing First Fridays, right? And she pointed out, she's looking at my paintings, and her and the girl next to me, the artist next to me, they were telling me about this art gallery. Like, your art would be so good in there. I see your kind of art in there. It's just beautiful, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you sure do love saturation. I was like, what do you mean? And I know what she meant immediately, which I was like, how can you tell? But I love just the color, flat, don't touch it, on top of nothing else, whatever. Just, I love lots of coats of color. Now, this is one coat on these leaves, and even the black is just pretty much one coat. I'm trying to cover up the yellow, of course. I don't want the yellow coming through completely. But yeah, I know what she meant by that, because I do that. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, like that blue on their clothes. Like, the blue is so nice that I didn't want to put any design on most of the clothes because I really liked the blue, right? That kind of a thing, where some people would dry paint over it to get more depth and whatever, do dark to light and, keep that blue, but then go over it with maybe a little bit lighter than that blue, and then one more even lighter than that, and then eventually white to give it some depth and all that good stuff. But I want to see that blue being that blue. That's why I bought it or mixed it. And I like that. And for her to point that out, she's an artist too. It's crazy because she's a painter as well. And then when I look around at things, I always love comments on my art. Oh, it looks so playful. Or, are you self-taught? Or, you know I am. That's why you said it like that. You know I am. I don't ever get offended when people say, this is all, you did all of this, like so many different paintings, you did all of this? Like, I get that question a lot, like, oh my God, you did all of this? And even that one, so they'll point to several different paintings in my tent when I'm doing an art show, and I'll go, yeah, like, okay, like that collage is crazy. Sorry, y'all, for the spin. But it's a lot of cut up paper. There's newspaper, there's pictures, there's this, that, and the third. And then there's coats of paint over it. And then there's black paint. And then there's white paint. And just all the shapes inside. It took me weeks to do all the cut ups. And then you don't even see half of the things that are on there. Right? And so when I used to show it, of course, until DJ claimed it. But, so they would look at something like this. Say I'm done with this, right? And then they'll look at something like that and go, oh, you did that too? Like, you got the simplest hand, but you can do something like that too. Like an abstract that has layers and layers and depth and considered fine art, right? Like fine or literary fiction versus just fiction and romance and what have you. That kind of thing. I know I've probably said this once before, but I always think about that, and the people that purchase my art love that. There are so many different styles. They love the fact that it's very colorful, very saturated, very self-taught, very just my hand. That's why they buy all artists, because of their hand, not because it's a replica of someone else. At least most people that have art collections buy a lot of different art for that particular reason. It's a connection to the artist, it's that artist style, it's so forth and so on. If you're buying a painting because it looks exactly like another artist, it's usually maybe because you couldn't afford that artist or you want that artist style. It's a lot of different reasons, but it's usually because of that particular thing that jumps out at you or connects to you, and you know that that's that artist's hand. So anyway, and that, yeah, maybe I can do that too. Or it looks like a child can do it. But anyway, I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy my art style, which is a lot. But anyway, I'm so happy that I am working today because I was supposed to finish that yesterday, but I wasn't in the mood. I was in the mood to do that, at least the leaves on that cornstalk, and then start this. Because my niece came over, and so we were chatting and talking, and I just, oh, and I painted some more of my leaf, my Toni Morrison. I cut some herb that were falling apart and dying, so I'm painting them that gray green color that you also see on there, right? So lots of leaves, and I finally painted the back of the white leaf that same grayish green. That's that on that. I'll talk to you guys soon, and this is currently what I'm painting on. The space for the black will be white half circles, right? So they'll fill in those spaces, and then I'll go over and decide if I want to do the black and white dots on the opposing colors, because I want to frame it like that. And then I might what did I say? I might go over the leaves and add some detail, and it won't be like exacting detail like, you know, vines. It may just be the polka dots. It may be faces. I don't know. That's the beauty of art to me. Even though I know I'm working in the color scheme of this particular area of the show, it's yellow, like kind of like the cornstalks, mirroring those colors, as well as adding something that I really love, which is leaves that fall off trees, or green leaves that are on bushes, or leaves on flowers, leaves, leaves, leaves. I love nature, so it's my way of painting nature without looking at nature and painting an exact replica just in my hand. My childish, overly saturated, fun, joyful way of relaying what's on my heart as beauty, and how I see it and how I want to display it, because it don't look like that in nature, but then it does.